So hey, good morning YouTube. Welcome to the channel, Asian Adventures with Jim. Today I want to talk about the corruption in the Philippines. It's something I had spoke about in the past, but I deleted quite a few videos, a lot of videos. And are you safe as a foreigner? You know, trusted people in the public, you know, the police. Are you truly safe down there? Well, I got a story that says you're not. In many emails and contacts, I think I'm going on 1 year with this channel, real close. I think it's right around 11 months. I'm not sure. I met a lot of great people. Now, I'm not trying to knock the Philippines. I'm just going to tell you my story. And I got many other stories people have sent me through email. But this is just my story. Just like anywhere else in the world, Detroit, Flint, Los Angeles, there's crime. But you got to remember, you're going to the Philippines for vacation and you're gonna live around major cities. You know, when people come to Michigan, they're not gonna stay in Detroit or Flint. Michigan, they're gonna go up to the Upper Peninsula, Traverse City. They're gonna go to the nice areas. I mean, some might visit, there's a couple okay spots in Detroit. So anyways, I lived in a town in the province on Negros Oriental. Tayasan, Negros Oriental. Small, 28 barangays. I got to know the police. I lived there 15 months. In fact, one night I stopped up there and the ones that were off duty wanted me to buy them a Red Horse and stay and drink, and I just said that that's not going to be a good idea. I just basically told them no. They've been to the house where they do random checks. You got to give them your passport information. They basically want to write down your name and find out where you live, obviously, in case something happens. I run into the police, you know, quite often in Tayasan doing their little checkpoints. Say hi, they smile. But I did know two of them. I believe one was a higher up. I don't want to say captain. So anyways, imagine this. I mean, you guys tell me, leave in the comments what you think. And some of you guys might have heard the first part of this. I got into an altercation with the neighbor, kind of a relative. He married my wife's father's sister, and he was like the town drunk, trouble, treated Dexel bad and the kids. So anyways, we build a house, so obviously build a really big house. Filipino, the jealousy. He was just trouble. He was always trouble. So imagine this, you getting attacked by 4 Filipino men come at you with Red Horse bottles, and I believe it was 8 or 12, I can't quite remember. There was a lot of Red Horse bottles laying right around where we got into this fight. And by the grace of God, I didn't get hit. The stepson got hit, a minor. They hit a minor. So imagine this, the police that come up, 2 of them I know. I spoke to many times. There was a third cop, and he wasn't in uniform. And actually, I believe the 2 other guys weren't in uniform either, which I think they're supposed to be. So they come up, they're basically talking to the guy that hit the stepson. They're laughing, and I'm like, hey, we got a kid over here that's seriously injured. And this other guy that I'd never seen, and I believe he was just visiting, he was filming me. I told him, get that camera out of my face. We got a minor over here that needs to go to the frickin' hospital. But they were trying to say that there was no blood, he was okay. Well, he had a major surgery, 18 staples. He ended up getting hit in the head so violent, it's called a depressed fracture. where they, you know, cracked his skull. It was caved in, it was crushed, a big section of it, but there was no blood. And that happens. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. So I find out the ambulance is coming, and here's this guy. He's got his camera in my face. I tell this officer that's not even in clothes and I've never seen before, that I've never seen any before, to get that camera out of my face and go arrest that guy. And he told me, and my wife at the time was there, he told me if I don't shut up, he's gonna shoot me myself. He's gonna shoot me myself. I says, you guys are over there having a party with the guys that attacked me and my stepson, and you say you're gonna shoot me yourself. So I told him, I says, why don't you shoot me, bitch? He was lucky, man. I was gonna give him one right down the middle, punch him right down but I didn't. So I walked and I told him, well, if you wanna shoot me in my back, you bitch. I'm heading home, because the ambulance was coming. I had to go back to the house. I didn't know if they were gonna retaliate. Dexel had to get down to the hospital with the stepson. And obviously then I had to pack clothes because we were gonna be in the hospital. We didn't know what was going on. And then eventually we found out, you know, that he had to have surgery. And yeah, so here's an officer of the law. You got a minor involved, seriously hurt, but this is how stupid and uneducated they are. Says, there's no blood. He's fine. And that cop's gonna tell me, if you don't stop talking, I'll shoot you myself. Ridiculous. You know, the only reason I'm talking about this is because I woke up last night. I had kind of, I don't want to say nightmares, but I remembered it. And I wake up and I'm like, wow, what an asshole. You know, I've been seeing a lot of videos out there. All you guys got to do is type in the Philippines and maybe add something what you want to search for. And there's a lot of drama coming back, a lot of problems. People are having problems. And I stated this before, the corruption in that country is terrible. I mean, they get donations to help with the floods and these people in the communities, and it's plenty of money to rebuild, and they see none of it. They see none of it. None of it. Oh yeah, ma'am, I'll get 3. Yeah, these
Yeah. Like egg.
yeah. This one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, 3 of them. Yeah, I'm over here at my favorite stand. I get these pre-made meals. They're, I think these ones are $1.25 a piece. 1 egg, you get maybe just a half a cup of pork and then a cup of rice, but great spicy sauces. But yeah, I'm here in Cambodia, Koh Kong, if you're new to the channel. I don't know how much. Oh, here, I'll put, yeah, sit right here for a minute. Here. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. But yeah, the officer of the law, if you don't tell him to shut up, I'll shoot him myself. And the thing is, there's a minor involved. And they were like, it seemed like they were having a party with the guys that attacked us. Later I find out, I don't know, there's some kind of brotherhood there. And it's not saving face with the foreigner. They call that saving face. This was just, I don't know. Just a lot of them are uneducated, very uneducated. You know, I remember hearing a story, you know, you're having a slight heart attack. The ambulance picks you up. You got a 2-hour drive to get to the major hospital, and the ambulance driver pulls over 2 or 3 times to take a piss. You know, come on. You know, pee in a bottle. But anyways, leave in the comments what you guys think about that. I mean, I donated money there. This guy, to this day, because I have, later I had charges come out after I got back to the United States. Why wasn't I arrested that night? Why wasn't that guy arrested that night? That's what's messed up. Why wasn't I arrested? Why wasn't he arrested? Then I go to the hospital. Stepson's in there over a month. I wait. I had to leave right before surgery because they had him in there for about 5 days before they could do the surgery. I don't know why. And I think they had to work out like the price or something. It's weird. And like I said, I had to head back to Michigan. I was already heading back because 15 months ago I left and I had blood clots. I still had blood clots too. My calf and my hamstring. So, and then I was locked, like I said, a lot of you guys heard this before, I was locked out of the bank accounts. So the 10 days there in Dumageddon, there was no charges, there was no nothing. This was maybe weeks after I get back to America, or maybe it was a week. That guy and the 3 other guys, or maybe it was 4, 5 total that were coming after me, and the stepson, they went to the police station. I guess they wouldn't do nothing. So then they go down to the Brungai Hall. So they go down to the Brungai Hall. There was a list of witnesses, and they made up lies. Well, then when we hired an attorney, and they seen that attorney showed up, none of the witnesses showed up to back the statement. So then they came out and told the truth that they started the fight. I didn't start the fight. They came at me, the stepson was in the way, so they hit him. And that's just the way the people are. But it just hurts me how these police come up and you got an innocent minor, you know, he finally came conscious, but he's just like, oh, my head. And they're just over there fucking laughing. And that's another reason why I can never go back to that, especially that area. But man, you guys, there's so many YouTube channels out there on the Philippines. There's so many scams. I mean, we could talk for hours on scams. I know people that have been scammed by the police, drugs planted on them, all kinds of stuff. Fake tickets, you pay now. And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna try to argue with them? You gotta pay them. Or they'll pull up, you know? They can do anything. If there's 2 of them, 1 of you, and I'm telling you, I stated this before, the corruption there is off the hook now. It's getting worse and worse, and it's only gonna get worse. Your time will come. Stay there long enough, because that country, I got another video coming out on the tourism, why nobody's going to the Philippines now. I'll have that one on a later date, but you know, you guys, like I said in the comments, let me know what you think. Because I've had a lot of people, oh, you should go back. I'll never go back to that town. I believe that guy's out of jail now, waiting. It's so goofy down there. He was in jail maybe 9 months. They release him. He's supposed to go to prison. They come up. I have a simple case. It's called a simple assault. It carries a mandatory 1 to 30 days in jail, maybe a 10,000 peso fine, $200. And but it should have been thrown out the first day because the attorney came and said, oh, they all lied. So why wasn't my case dismissed? He said that I had to come down to see the judge. And I'm like, so I'll just book a ticket and pay $800, $900, $1,000 to fly down to the Philippines and then sit there for months for a court case because, you know, he said, well, you got to kind of book a ticket and then we can get a court case so it's sooner. And I'm like, yeah, soon in the Philippines, bullshit. And then what, fly back, stay in fucking hotel rooms? That's how corrupt it is down there. They have no common sense. That's why that country will never grow. 7,000 different islands of all corruption. There's no way they can, there's just no way. they can never get it in order. I feel bad for all the flood victims too lately with, you know, all that money's getting donated over there and nobody's getting it. It all goes to those politicians, guaranteed. Very little money. Rice has doubled since I've been down there. Started going down there 7 years. Wages aren't up. So many people are pulling out. The Chinese companies. I think the stupid Koreans are still building down there. They're the only dumbasses. A lot of the Chinese companies pulled out. They're building over here now. They're building in Cambodia, and they got successful, really, really nice businesses and trade. Hey, good morning. Got my little friends over here that like to say hello. Good morning, hello, I gotta eat. I'll be back. I'll be back. Yeah, it's cute. So anyways, that's my story. Feel free to leave in the comments what you think about what you would have done if the cops said that to you. Like, subscribe, stay tuned for the next video. The one especially on tourism, why it's dropped. They got some really good facts.